Hey guys, what's going on? Supro here. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully everyone had a good week this week. I scored 2,249, which wasn't the worst. Was expecting a little bit higher. Got trolled by the flex projection. But yeah, I thought I was going to score like 2,300, but 2,249 isn't the worst. Still in the top 5% and went up the ranks by nearly 3k spots. So pretty happy with that, to be honest, with a season rank of 3,906. Pretty good stuff there. Not too bad. Can't really complain. Nearly got the tips right again this week, but just miss out on one every week, which is no good. But anyway, getting into the team, what did we do wrong this week? So basically, I had the Seance wrong, which kind of screwed me over a bit. He's been a bloody annoying owner, I tell you. Everyone that has Sarong out there will feel my pain. Last week he just went 142, so surely he could go at least 130 against the Tigers, but yeah, he couldn't even do that for us, which is just disappointing. I think the tag was actually getting to him a fair bit from Macintosh, which is a bit embarrassing, and he didn't really like all the attention. I think he was getting a bit angry at some points, but it is what it is. Just got to pray that he doesn't get the tag again this week from Melbourne, and he can pump out the 140. Hopefully Brayshaw can get the tag for once, that'd be nice. But I think we've just been stitched up with Sarong. He just hasn't performed as we expected he would go this year. But yeah, he's been getting a fair bit of attention, so can't really do too much about that. We're just going to have to go through the pain throughout the year, just wait until he comes good at some point. So we did have the VC on DeConing, so most people would have done this with Pinette not being named. I thought I'd just go with the pack and VC DeConing, which was the obvious choice there, but he didn't really score that great. It was a pretty decent score, 118, which is great, but yeah, I thought he was going to go 135 at least, but yeah, we can't really predict these things, but yeah, a bit of a stitch up. So most people would have gone the VC and DeConing into Brayshaw, but I didn't have Brayshaw. I thought Sarong was going to be my guy, so it's a bit unlucky for us Sarong owners that went the C on him. It's just a 50-50 in that situation anyway. But going over the side, we got Sinclair, 108. He's just an absolute goat. So great SuperCoach pick. He's got a high break even now. So if you're trying to aim to bring him into your team, not sure if he'll break that against the Doggies or not. He's got some high scores in the past, but a pretty poor one last year. But yeah, probably will get a 120, you would imagine, against the Dogs. But I would say that Bont will probably come back in, so they'll probably be a little bit better this week, you would imagine. Cheezel with the 102, yeah, not bad. Not much to say about him. Roberts was a bit disappointing. I think Bice might be affecting his role there. But yeah, we got bigger fish to fry, so I think we'll have to hold on to him for the moment. He might actually drop in price this week. He's already dropped a little bit, but got Port, so that's an interesting game, that one. They got the job done over the Hawks, which was pretty interesting. Jaden Short, absolutely love to see this from him. He turned up for us finally. This is what we expect. He nearly knocked out the umpire. Got Gold Coast this week, so usually they're pretty good for defender matchups. So yeah, he's got some pretty good games in there. There's a 130 from opening round last year. So yeah, I think he'll go 115 this year. Hopefully, should be capable to do that for us. And then plays good against Melbourne coming up as well. So I think we should just hold him for a couple more weeks. Don't really have any plans to trade him out just yet. Bice has been unbelievable. So 89, great stuff. Going to go up heaps in coins still. Still going to go up another 55k there and be at 400k in a couple of weeks' time, which will be pretty nice. And then Leak didn't play, but I think he might be on the cards to come back if he's getting named as the emergencies, in the emergency, sorry. But that was a blessing that he didn't play. I was a bit worried because the orange exclamation mark was still on his name later into the Saturday, I believe, and I'm like, I just want to get Reed's score. Please don't bring in Leak. But yeah, pretty great score from Reed there, 104. So these defender rookies have been awesome for us. They scored pretty poorly the first couple of weeks, and they pumped out some good scores. And yeah, now they're going to make us a fair bit of cash. So I got a bit of cash gen in my team for the moment. So pretty happy with that. I might have to get rid of some of the rookies this week or go early on them. Then we bought in Merritt, so 124 on debut was pretty good from him. Love to see it for the side. Got West Coast this week, so he's probably the easiest VC option. And yeah, I thought he was going to get tagged by Sparrow, so I was a bit concerned about that, but he should have got a bit higher of a score, I think, compared to like AFL Fantasy or I think he got like 134 in that, so he's only got 124 in SuperCoach, so probably missed out on about 10 points, but not a big deal really. But yeah, nice matchup coming up against West Coast and then Anzac Day, I believe it is. And then, they've got North as well and Richmond coming up, so that'll be nice. Get keen for that. So he could be a trade-in target if you don't have him. But some other guys like Dacos are pretty cheap as well if you want to grab them. But I probably won't go with Dacos. I don't think I could get him, but I don't think I will. And Neil, yeah, he's been really disappointing. Break even down to 111, which isn't too bad. So probably the week you want to grab him. But is he a fraud? Who knows? He's been pretty poor lately. But some of the other guys like Dunkley and that have started to cool down a bit. So I think McLuggage is the guy to go for, but he's too expensive. A bit of a pod. Neil's pretty good value. If you had him this price any other year, you'd grab him straight away. So I'm just going to ride it throughout the year. I think he'll bounce back, but yeah, the interrupted preseason may be the cause for this. Sorry, and yeah, we probably shouldn't have picked him from the start, but he's still got the ceiling. Like he's gone 130 2 times, but against the worst teams. So don't know what it is, but I think he can bounce back. He just needs to get going. I thought he was going to be missing. Since halftime, he had like an ankle injury and didn't come back on for a while. But so he's pretty lucky to score 90 realistically. So could have been worse. And then Chera 117, which is great. 80 or 79 break even there. Got North this week. That was his highest score of this season. So yeah, great stuff. Don't really have any issues with him. We got him in because we saw his fixture. And yeah, he wouldn't be the guy getting the tag, so he's a bit like the Brayshaw pick. Probably should have just gone with Brayshaw and said us wrong, but at least we have Chera. And then Oliver, no good. Yeah, he's starting to stink it up a bit. He's got a nice fixture coming up though, which we knew about. So maybe Petrarca is someone we want to bring in as well later on, maybe next week or something. He still hasn't turned up, so I'm not really convinced about him yet. He's still got money. Oh, this is Chad Warner here. But yeah, he got forward status as well. So he's another guy that will be on the cards to bring in a couple of weeks probably. But yeah, he's a bit the same. Like surely, yeah, I think he'll have to come in at some point. Surely Sydney can't be this bad for, the whole season. They're going to turn around at some point, you would imagine. And then Petrarca's the other guy. He got DPP status as well that we're considering. He's got that nice fixture coming up. So maybe next week, probably go up in price by next week. If it's a bit laggy for the moment. 101 break even, but yeah, hasn't turned up, so he probably won't even turn up this week, so he could still lose some cash. But yeah, that's a question. Do you want to get both of Chad Warner and Petrarca? Probably do. Like any other year, you would be like, why the hell wouldn't you be getting both of them? So I think that's probably the play, just to get them both. And yeah, we got Marek here with a 47 break even, so he's still got a bit of cash to be made. Not entirely convinced about him as a pick. Probably try and flick him off sooner than later, but I don't know. Once he tops his break even, I'll probably get rid of him. But yeah, he seems to be scoring pretty well. McGovern should be coming back 1 to 2 weeks from last week. Yeah, so he probably comes back this week, you would imagine, but hopefully, I don't know, he's a bit injury prone, so he probably just will take another week, you would imagine. And then Ashcroft was good with the 90. He's just someone that we can confidently field each week. Collingwood this week, so that'll be a good game to watch. And then Clay Hall was pretty disappointing, got like an extra 2 points over Nevitt, so that was right, but you got to just get as many points as you can, eh? But yeah, so not really sure about him. He's just, like, he seems all right. And then Nevitt got the game, which was good. Can't really think if he's going to be playing or not. this week. You'd imagine he would be, hopefully, for our team. It's cash gen. The midfield rookies are starting to dry up here. Henderson with 13 was horrible. But yeah, I kind of see the side where you might want to keep him. He's got DPP status. I swear he didn't have that. So you could swing him into the forward line. But for me, I kind of get the gut feel that I should just hold on to him with Richmond and West Coast coming up. I feel like, he's only got that, is it 55 or something? 55 break even. Surely you can have one game out of those 2 games where he scores like 70 and sets his cash gen. And then you could get rid of him later on, but his job security might be an issue now. He might get dropped after Melbourne have been so poor. They might just give him the flick. Camprioli, he's not coming back anytime soon, so that's no good. Hopefully he comes back this week in saying that. De Koning, Pitnet's probably due to come back in this week, you would imagine, against Cherry. They might want to double team Cherry, so that's an interesting one. I'll probably just hold him, see how he goes. Got the Cats coming up, which I think is his highest score ever against his brother. So yeah, that's probably the last game to judge if you want to keep him or not. But I think he's all right to just hold out throughout the season anyway. Might be a luxury upgrade later on if his role gets affected. But then I've got Nank here, so he's probably worse than De Koning, so I probably should get rid of him first if I was thinking about that. But yeah, bounce back game. Was low-key thinking about straight seeing him over Sarong just because he had a good history, a good past against Darcy, but I decided that I'll just go with Sarong, just go with my original plan. And yeah, because I didn't even think to VC De Koning lol. I was going to go Merritt, but yeah, this is why you just got to go with your original plan. I just went with the pack, and I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity in case he went off. It made sense, but anyway, Nan Curvis with a 125, which is a bit of a bounce-back game. Got Wits this week. He's only ever scored 106, so that is a bit concerning against Gold Coast. Surely he can break that record. Let's hope. Seems to get a fair bit of the pill for the SuperCoach scoring side of things. And then Horn Francis was 119, which is awesome. McRae got tagged, 70 no good. Bailey Smith could have VC'd him. He's got a nice break even, so if for some reason you still don't have him, you can get him in. But get the feeling someone's going to get tagged from Hawthorn this week, Easter Monday game, which will be a good one. But probably Max Holmes. That's probably why I don't want to bring in Max Holmes. I've had a look at the fixture. As a Geelong fan, I still want to get him in, but I feel like he'll be the guy who'll get tagged by Hawthorn if they're going to tag someone. Probably not Smith. But they might. They could do that. But yeah, then coming forward, there's GWS and Port Adelaide back-to-back. So I'd probably be steering clear of Max Holmes, but then try and get him in later on, maybe after his bye or something. Versus Richmond twice at the end of the year, which is pretty juicy, I think. Might have to try and get him in then. And yeah, I think that's probably the same with Dacos. I don't know if I can actually get him in anymore. Got a 121 break even, so he seems to only really score 150s as his ceiling here in the next couple games until he gets Adelaide. He's got a 163, but yeah, he's consistent in scoring. But yeah, I would probably aim to get him in around after his bye when he starts versus St Kilda, West Coast, and then there's a pretty good lineup there. That's when I might try and target him because he hasn't really gone past 150, which is still a great score, don't get me wrong, but I think I can get him in at a different time of the year, hopefully. Hopefully he doesn't prove me wrong and go nuts, but yeah, I think I might just fade him for the moment. So yeah, we've got Caleb Daniels, just unbelievable. Great pickup. Obviously everyone has him, so yeah, he's just a gun. Humphrey, pretty disappointing. This is his final week for me against Richmond. See how he goes. Might have to convert him to a Petrarca next week or someone else like a Warner maybe. If he drops heaps, maybe that's the play. But then I probably need to start considering the buy structures as well. But yes, looking here that Sydney have Port and GWS, so that's probably not a good sign. who will get tagged, probably Heaney. So he might be right to bounce back. And then we got Davidson, who's starting to drop off a bit, which is sad to see. But yeah, he's been a good pick for us. I think I might have to give him the flick this week, just cash him in. Most people are doing the same. Yeah, he's got number one trade out. So yeah, he's done his job. He's made us money. So I might just get rid of him. Could hold him for a couple more weeks if you wanted to, but I think for my side, I think he's the link that I'll probably get rid of at the moment. And then Reed got 58, which is pretty disappointing from his standards anyway. Like, got a break-even 45. Got Melbourne this week. Probably should be holding him, but I think I'll get rid of him. He only scored the 58 against Richmond, which was pretty disappointing. That's probably like... I could hold him another week, but he's only really going to make go up to 306k there, 11k really, 12k basically, if he scores a 70. So I think I'll probably just get rid of him early. He could be one of those guys where I could hold him, but compared to like the guys in the defence, their break evens are still negative. So I think they have a case to be held on to a bit longer, and then we got Bice there as well. So I think we can just keep doing the loop for these two, and field Bice is probably the way to go. Some other teams have already got Bice at D6, so that's a bit concerning for my side. But if these guys can continue to pump out some decent scores, then it's not a massive issue for the time being, and then we can still have a bit of cash gen to upgrade the team. But this week for me... So there is this Gross bloke, which negative 65 break even. For my concern is, when is Hewitt coming back? Well, 1 week was last week, so he should be back this week, if I'm correct. And I would imagine that Hewitt would come back in, but it seems unlikely they'll drop Gross, especially when Hall's going worse than him. So not too sure about that one. And yeah, he should have pretty good job security if I'm worried about Hewitt anyway. Like, Hewitt's not even that good. So he's a good option. I'm just not sure if I should use the boost or not this week. Got to get in Cleary as a forward rookie. It makes a bit of sense to do that. So what I'm probably thinking at the moment, we got some players here. Rankin got a 136 break even there, which is pretty nice. He's another guy we could target to bring in later on. He did have the corked calf, so could lose a bit more cash against the Giants. You would imagine he's the one that Bedford goes to. So, and then yeah, the Port matchup's coming up as well. So, and Sydney. So, but they've got like some pretty nice matchups there as well, like with West Coast. He's probably someone I might just fade. I didn't start him, so I'll probably just keep not owning him until later in the season, maybe after his bye, when the fixture starts to open up pretty nicely. But yeah, probably won't do that. And then Holmes, yeah, I wasn't too sure about him. Dale's going to go down in price, so that's a bit frustrating if you own him. Darcy's like someone that I have been seriously considering. Like, there's a whole lot more forward options, and the way Darcy's been playing is like he's one of the best players in the competition at this point. He had a drop-off game there. His fixture coming up probably isn't the greatest in terms of like matchups. Like, if he's a full forward, he's got like what? Can't even think of his name. That's pretty bad. I can't even think of his name. Got the bloody All-Australian. Can't remember his name. Anyway, and then he's got Taylor coming up and probably Aaliyah or so on. So, and then Collins, I think. So pretty hard matchups really for key like full forwards. But he's just been scoring really well, kicking multiple goals, going down the field, taking important marks. He's just been like a massive influence on the game. So that's why he scores well in SuperCoach. But someone to just keep an eye on. Just he's not going to go up too much more. Like, he's just going to hover around that sort of price. So no real rush to get him in. Then Whitfield and Zorko didn't go too great. Real got Richmond this week, which is a bit of a concern not owning him. He should go nuts. He's been pretty good. Still pretty cheap as well if you wanted to grab him, but I don't think he's the guy I'm going for this week. Simkina is kind of not really relevant anymore. Butters is someone I'll be watching. See, hopefully he gets a big tag this week and then drops in price for us. But he seems to be starting off the season pretty well. So, yeah, just someone that we'll be watching. And Laird's another guy who's popped up as a defender. So, might be someone to consider if he drops in price a bit more. But hasn't had the greatest scores. Stewart's probably the guy to get instead. Flanders, we'll just watch him as well when he starts to drop in price. But it's got that 161 there. So he could even break. He could very well break even, if he goes absolutely nuts. But, yeah, I think Flanders is kind of affecting Humphrey, his role. So, yeah, it's pretty annoying. Like, one of the two will start scoring poorly throughout the whole game, and then, they'll finish with pretty shocking scores of like 93 or 74 there. Anyway, we'll go over the trades. So, I think I'll get rid of Reed and Davidson. Davidson. I kind of haven't really played around with trading like Marich or Humphrey just yet. I think I'll give them another week just while they can still make a bit of cash for me and be a decent score on field. But this week I'll probably just focus on getting the rookies off the field. So that will give me 761k with about 173k already in the bank. So I think I'm actually going to go for... So we'll just grab Cleary, if the thing will freaking load. Where is it? Can you guess who I'm going to pick? Should be pretty obvious, surely. Where the hell? My stupid computer is freezing again. We'll take two. A little refresh. See how we go. Yeah, I'm interested to see how you guys are going, like what your current rank is, and what is your current situation with trades and stuff. How many trades have you guys got left? I've still got 3 boost trades, I think. Yeah, 3. So I think I'll probably just hold on to one here. Probably just do the 2 trades. But anyway, go over my trades. We'll go in and bring in Cleary. Haven't really actually looked too closely at the job security yet, but I feel like it should be pretty secure. But yeah, Sydney aren't actually going the greatest, so he might be a shock drop at some point in the season. Just have a look, but yeah, he got that -3 break even. I think he should be right. Haven't really done too much research on him, which is a bit risky. I'll probably do that later on in the week, but yeah, I'm just going to bring him in with the -73 break even. But yeah, that leaves me with 637k, so I can just bring in whoever I want, basically, except for the top dogs like the Bont, who will be someone that we need to add to the watch list. So LDU is actually pretty cheap. Richards, don't see him as a keeper, so probably wouldn't pick him. Jesus, Royal Marshall's dropped in price, eh? He's going to be pretty cheap, actually. 52. What happened to him? My goodness. I actually thought he would have been alright, but yeah, he's been bloody shocking, eh? So yeah, I think I'm going to bring in... Where is he? Maxi Gawn. I think that's the play this week. Bring in the big fella, Big Gawny. He's pretty much at the bottom of his price. And yeah, he's the guy that I think he's from last year. He's like got the highest ceiling. He's a bit older, but I think just bring him in, have 3 rucks. I think that's the play now. Try and catch up on points. If we go in and have a look at DFS real quickly, just the strength of the schedule. So in the ruck, what have we got? Melbourne, where are they? Yeah, he's got 3 greens in a row, which he should go absolutely nuts, and then he's got a pretty nice fixture after that, and then he gets the restrictive matchup, and then these ones are pretty poor, but we've got cover there. got two other ruckmen to choose from, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I think this is the one where you just take the punt. And yeah, Meek's another guy, if you've got him, who should have a pretty nice fixture as well. But yeah, I think I'm just going to have to take the punt on Gawn. He seems to just get heaps of points. He's got these massive scores against Nank, so I don't want to miss out on that if he does back that up again. But yeah, he's got these high as frick ceilings coming up. So yeah, I think he's the way to get up the ranks. Need Gawn in the team. And yeah, he's got a break even of 81, so he's going to... Oh, is it 81? I don't know, 83 maybe. 81, yeah. But inside mids, go have a look at Dacos, Collingwood. Yeah, it's not the worst. It's like pretty nice. Not the greatest either. But yeah, I think I'm more tempted. I think I would actually suggest, if you don't have Gawn, probably get him over Dacos if you're going for that those points. I'd probably just grab Gawn. Bold statement. He's not even up here in the list, but might make up my mind later in the week if I do want to use a boost trade and grab Gross, which I may do this. So I might actually do it now just to show you guys what I could do. Where it's like I could get rid of one of these guys. Who would it be? Probably would be Henderson. Just not really sure about his scoring anymore. Whereas like Kako, I think you can hold because he's got the good fixture. Like that, the whole reason why I bought in Merritt, because the fixture is ridiculous. But yeah, it could do this just to free up some cash, and this will probably get me a straight swap from Humphrey to Petrarca or someone next week. I'd have 109k, so probably a logical thing to do. At this point in the season, we need to just get as much cash gen going ASAP, just so we have enough to get the points off, like the rookies off the field as quickly as we can. No point in waiting for rookies and cash gen later in the year. We just need to just get onto it ASAP. So we're keeping up with like the top rank coaches. But yeah, I think that's the play. And then next week, so yeah, we might just go with that. Pretty risky now, only with 2 boosts left. Pretty aggressive, but I think some people are down to 1. And yeah, we're down to 29 trades, so I think this is all right. I think we could just hold off of the boosts after this. This will be the last one that we'll use. But yeah, Kako, as I said, got West Coast this week, North Melbourne coming up, Richmond in there. So yeah, he's probably not going to be someone that I'll be getting rid of soon, in the near future. I'll probably hold on to him. But yeah, these games are like MCG, Marvel, MCG. So yeah, pretty nice fixture, and he's got Richmond coming up. So this is why I like Merritt as a pick. Probably should have gone Brayshaw in hindsight, but realistically, Brayshaw just had the one good game compared to Merritt. He's got this very nice fixture, so would suggest grabbing Merritt. Then you ask the question, who do you get out of Merritt, Gawn, and Dacos? If you could only have one of them, it's a pretty hard one. I probably... depends who you got in the ruck, but I probably would say Merritt, just super consistent. Got the big games coming up. He's got this... he's probably got a better run, actually, than Gawn, but yeah, I'd probably say Merritt, maybe, and then Gawn, then Dacos. But yeah, you should have 2 rucks anyway, but I do like the fixture for Gawn as well. He should be going nuts. Just a bit of a luxury to have him in flex, which will be good. I'll just get Nank in there, actually. Just swap him over. And then we'll have a look at this week's VCC options. So the VC will be going on to Merritt. And the C, who will it go on? Oh, it's a bit of a longer week as well with the Monday game, so it'll be a bit annoying after having to wait so long for the teams to adjust. But who was the C option? I haven't actually thought about this. Merritt, it should just be the straight C. But yeah, he's going to go nuts, you would imagine. I'm curious about Gawn. If Jackson's not going to be back, I might have to double check and see like round 20. Oh, round 12. Let's could have a quick look at this, actually. Was it 2024? round 12. This game were they playing 2 rucks? Sean Darcy and Jackson, yes. Okay. It is a green matchup though. So yeah, kind of like not a confident C there, so probably wouldn't do that. Do you see Sarong? Maybe. I think that's probably the play. We expect a bit of a good comeback game. So yeah, this is what I was going to do last week. So I might just do it again this week. Or I might do it this week. The Nank, no. DeConning, probably not against Cherry. And you would imagine that Pitnet would be back. I think that's the play. I think that's the best bet. Best shout. Merit into Sarong for me, I think. And then, yeah, just have a look at the... So, yeah, 109K for next week. So that's probably like a Humphrey, depending on what he scores. If he doesn't go 110, I'll trade him. And then that's a question of if Petrarca doesn't ton up, we'll get Warner probably. I feel like if he goes, got Port, maybe he goes like a 115, give him the benefit of the doubt. What is his break even? 91. Yeah, so you could start to grab him then. Next week is probably... But yeah, he's got the tag coming up. Oh, well, someone's got the tag. It's not really a concern. I don't think they'd really tag Warner anyway. Could have a quick look at that. Who are we looking for? Sydney? Plays for Sydney. Ooh, idiot. Who are we looking for? Port. The power to win. Not seeing any Warners, am I? Nope. Tag Haney? Just double checking, can't see. No, he should be right. Yeah, he's probably the guy to be watching. At his price point as well, be nice and cheap. So just have a quick look at the buy structure as well. Round 12, missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 primos basically. See how Chera's going by then. See if we're going to keep him or not. Probably will keep him. 3 for that round, which isn't the worst. This one we've got 1, 2, 3. Depends if we hold short or not by then. We could get rid of him by then. Yeah, and then 2 there. It's not really the worst. I think the buy structure is pretty nice. Yeah, I think it's not too bad. I think we've actually done it right here. I think it looks like it's pretty well set up. Just have a look at the leagues real quick. So Lockie couldn't get it done against me. Just have a look at the ladder. So yeah, it looks like Kobe's on top, going nuts. Rank 1059, good shit, mate. That's good to see. So yeah, doing better than I am. And then Yeoman 1466. Not a bad team there either. Pretty good. He's got Gornay. Yeah, so yeah, that's good. Good from him. Held on to Callahan. I'll have a look at Motlop's crew. Corey, a little bit further down the ranks, can always come back. But yeah, not too bad from the league there. And yeah, Rosie's another guy, eh? Most people will be shitty they traded him out. But yeah, he was playing half back, I think. So it's an interesting prospect if he does come back. And then Powell Pepper, if you've got him, you'd be pretty happy about that. His cash gen's probably reset now, yep. So yeah, that's pretty good. I was nearly going to start him, but yeah, you know, we got the pretty good rookies. I think we got pretty lucky with most of the rookies. We could have had a few more like Lila and Powell Pepper, but you can't have them all really. But yeah, that's most likely what I'm thinking for The trades this week, might actually use the boost and just get Gross, just because we need the cash gen to get the rookies off the field. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking for your trade options. I'll try and reply to those in the comments down below. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and yeah, see you later. Cheers.